Finally, I get to talk about Sonic Movie 3 again. Hey, what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, bringing you guys another video. In this video today, that's right, you heard me right, we're back talking about Sonic Movie 3. I know I said the last time that we talked about a hypothetical Sonic movie trailer, we wouldn't be talking about it until there was actually something definitive. A lot of the past times that we've talked about a Sonic Movie 3 trailer, it was just kind of speculative of like, oh, we could see something here maybe, when there was really no definitive source or reason to believe that in the first place, outside of some maybe misguided hope. This time, however, we actually have some actual concrete things to go off of. We've heard a few things in the past. In fact, we talked about this certain date for a Sonic Movie 3 trailer in past videos with the amount of times we've been throwing. It's not a surprise that we've already talked about this, but there's reason to believe this is even more because of who this is coming from, and that is none other than Daniel RPK, who's giving us a specific date, a specific time to look forward to a Sonic Movie 3 trailer. And there's good news and bad news. The good news, well, we have a month to look at. The bad news, it's still a little ways out. So what does he have to say? What is the date? Let's go ahead and take a look. Somebody asks, anything on Sonic Movie 3 trailer? A natural question to ask is, we want that. And then he replies, not till July. And that is that's still a while. The day I'm releasing this video, it's either June 12th or June 13th. I don't know, it depends on how fast I can get this edited. Well, shit. Which isn't even halfway through the month yet. There's still so much that's going to happen this month, so much other Sonic news and so much stuff that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a while until July hits us. And I know a lot of you guys might be July. Why wouldn't it be June? June is basically Sonic month. It's the anniversary of the Sonic franchise. Sega does so much stuff in June, like Sonic Central and all these different events. Why wouldn't it be this month? Why hasn't it happened already? And there are a few reasons why I think we can point towards July being the case, and also why we're not receiving June. I've seen so many people bring up Sonic Central, this gaming event like Summer Games Fest for instance, or anything that else will come up. The reason it's not going to debut at places like that is because Sega simply can't do that. This is a Paramount property, and I know I say this a lot, so if this sounds like a broken record, then you guys are watching the videos. I'm proud of you. But with them having no control over the marketing or rollout of anything in relation to a movie, Sega doesn't know how to promote a movie, they don't know how to roll out a movie. It's not up to them to when things can release, to how things go on with the movie and its creative process or anything like that. They're essentially consultants. They are the overall owners of the Sonic brands who were nice enough to lend Paramount the movie franchise. They're not able to do any of that stuff. So it's not like they're like, hey, we'll take that trailer for ourselves and drop it on our terms. No, Paramount will drop it whenever they want. So if you're expecting it, an inevitable Sonic Central, which should happen at any point this month, it's not going to be there. It wasn't at Summer Games Fest for that reason. But July, the reasons in places where it could actually be. The first one is, I think, the most likely, and that is going to be in front of Despicable Me 4. The new Despicable Me 4 movie is coming out July 3rd, which is a Wednesday, and that gives Sonic Movie 3 the chance to debut a trailer a few days beforehand. Not too many days, because, you know, with it being on a Wednesday release date, you gotta get in front of that movie before then, if you're going to release the trailer at that point. So that gives you 2 days, and I think dropping the trailer literally a day before that movie comes out would be kind of crazy. And with a lot of trailers debuting on Tuesdays, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise. The first 2 days of July are very likely. Maybe we'll get lucky and it comes like in the final few days of this month, like very, very late June, but then there are other things that are occurring in July as well. We've been hearing Despicable Me 4 for a while. We've even heard that from other sources, not as reliable as Daniel, of course. In fact, he doesn't really say where it's going to be debuting in front of, really just the fact that it's going to be in July. But another place where something very well could happen is Comic-Con. Comic-Con is happening this year, of course, and Sonic Movie 3 could potentially have a presence there. It's not confirmed, it's not definitive, that's not something you should put your money on or look forward to, but this will be the first time that a Sonic movie is at least allowed to have a presence at Comic-Con. The first two weren't able to do that. The first Sonic movie, with all of its delays and also releasing in February inevitably, it wasn't able to have a proper Comic-Con presence. It might have been able to do that pre-redesign with it releasing in November, but with it already being announced before Comic-Con even happened, they were already in the middle of redesigning Sonic and redoing the movie, so that was thrown out the window. And with Sonic Movie 2 releasing kind of mid-pandemic and also in April of 2022, that also knocked out the possibility of Comic-Con, with a trailer not even being debuted until the December before. Comic-Con this year, though, I think would be the ample and preferred time to do something for Sonic Movie 3 and actually have a presence there. And there are many reasons for that. One, this could be the place you debut a trailer. I'm not saying it's the definitive spot. I think, honestly, just having its own day dedicated to a trailer drop, Paramount announcing it, saying it's coming out tomorrow, and then it dropping, is going to be very cool. Whether it's during an event, whether it's just tossed out on the internet before, like Despicable Me 4, for instance, that will be cool. But there's still more stuff they can do at Comic-Con. There's more information that they could give on the film. And the biggest thing, you'll have a celebrity bring out. It has been not officially announced that Keanu Reeves is going to be Shadow the Hedgehog by Paramount. It's clearly information that, while yes, is official and is going to happen, it was clearly not intended to be out as early as it was. Thank you to our Lord and Savior John Campea for dropping that information. Without him, I genuinely don't know if we would have any clue that Keanu is playing Shadow, but we know it now. Paramount hasn't acknowledged that though, as clearly it wasn't in their plans to have the news drop that way via trades and everything. This would be the perfect place to bring out Shadow and introduce him as that character, and just have him talk about the character, the franchise, all of that, and have all the other stars show up. You could have Idris Elba come. Maybe he's already going to be there for other films or other things he's working on. That could be cool. Ben Schwartz, I'm sure, would pull up for it. Kylie O'Shaughnessy got nothing else going on. Maybe even you could get Jim Carrey, which would be super cool for one last ride. We'll see who they manage to pull out and see what they can do, but I think that would be an amazing place for the movie to at least be. I'm not even talking really about Sonic being at Comic-Con for the movie trailer debut. I think it would just be cool and fun for them to actually be there in the first place and maybe even show more footage after that point, but we'll see. I think July would be a great time for the Sonic Movie 3 trailer to drop. It really does shorten your marketing window, which I do think needs to be of discussion, because the trailer and when it debuts and how it debuts is going to be a big prominent thing because of when this movie is releasing. I talk about this a lot when it comes to the trailer release date in particular, and that is its release date. Releasing on December 20th of this year, it is going head to head with Lion King, which has already had its marketing rollout started with the trailer and a bunch of info on the movie coming out and interviews and all of that stuff and having a big presentation at CinemaCon. It seems like Disney is very solid on having this thing come out on December 20th. They have been firm on that release date. They want that release date. I think this is now the third movie they've put on that date. It was originally Avatar, then they put on that Marvel movie Thunderbolts, which has since moved, and then they put this movie on there. So clearly they want it. The biggest hope is that Sonic is able to apply pressure on that movie and get Disney to inevitably move their release date. Whether they're running behind on a schedule and can be like, you know what, we'll take this one, we'll push it into early 2025, or maybe they'll push it up by a week or two or however much, but there's just as likely as a chance that that's going to happen to Sonic, to where this movie could move up by a week or two or also get delayed later in December or early in 2025. There's no shot, and I'm so confident in saying this, that both of those movies are releasing on the same day. I'm gonna put everything on that. My entire bank account, I'm going to the casino, I'm going to Vegas, I'm putting all my money on it. By the time December 20th gets here, only one of those movies is going to be releasing on that weekend. But don't get me wrong, the movie that releases on that weekend is going to be very happy, as they're going to have their movie perform much better. Sonic does need to have the trailer released. This isn't something you can wait until like August for instance. I think that would be way too late. September would be insane if they had their first trailer drop around then. I don't think this is a movie that deserves much secrecy. If you're a Sonic fan, you know where this thing is heading. Obviously, you don't want the movie spoiled for you, but you know, I think that we don't need to hold the trailer and all this information so close and keep things so cryptic. You know, this isn't the next Star Wars movie that we've been waiting like 10 years for. It's the next Sonic the Hedgehog film, which is for some people their Star Wars, but I think we're ready for this thing to, you know, get kickstarted, and July is looking like when that is going to happen. I just hope, like I said, it's early in July, it's already happened by basically the beginning of the month, and then we can get more information, they do more coverage and that stuff. Comic-Con, they have their marketing program, merchandise is released, they go on all the talk shows, press junkets, all of that. That's going to be great. But yeah, that's just the hope. There's still a lot to look forward to. There's still a lot of waiting time, obviously. We still have to wait. Once again, that doesn't mean there's not going to be any news in relation to Sonic Movie 3 for like the rest of this month, or that anything's gonna not pop up. There might be leaks, there might be other things that pour out. We'll see what happens. But for now, that's what we know, and this is where I'm going to pass it off to you. What do you think about the Sonic Movie 3 trailer now releasing in July of this year? Do you think that's a good time for the trailer to release, or are you kind of upset you want it now, or do you think it's been long overdue? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow my social media links, my Twitter and Instagram are in the description below. You can follow those behind the scenes of my life, future content, and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. If you're looking for a way to support the channel, you can become a channel member and get your name at the end of every single video. You can also join our Patreon for behind the scenes and early look at videos. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. This is the number one destination on YouTube for all things Sonic. Whether it's video games, TV shows, movies, comics, merchandise, and more, we talk about it all. Anything that comes up for Sonic Movie 3, this is the spot, but not just that. Sonic X Shadow Generations, all the other Sonic content coming out this year. It's a super exciting time to be a Sonic fan. I can't wait for it. I love all you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
And be right by the motherfucking seaside, dog. Everything I see, I got a dream. I thought these leaves would go and take me out the dark. I know everything I wanted to far away.